So, welcome to week 3 of the Better You in 52 program because I believe the whole program is meant for you to also believe that it takes one little bit to be better. And if we're going to try to be better in this year, we got 52 weeks to learn a little something and get a little bit better. And each time you put a little bit in there, you're better. So, we're going to go through 52 weeks of lessons, not necessarily a program, not necessarily a class, not necessarily anything that's even linear, but 52 different things, one every week, that you can go through with me here in this video to get a little bit better. And if you try one of them and it works, guess what? It didn't take you 52 weeks unless you wait till the last week to put in that work. So just think about that as you're going through this. It's better you in 52, but it doesn't take the full year to get better. You get better as soon as you decide, I want to be better. I'm doing better. Once that idea just comes to your head, you're that much better. And then once you actually put some effort into something and to have some achievement, you're that much better. And then you add a little something onto that one, and you're that much better, and you're that much better. So, uh, no real rhyme, no reason, no real format or form for these things. We're going to go through a lesson a week. I don't have any sort of observations or any sort of reservations of being anything of some sort of magical guru, folks. Just been kind of keeping up with personal development for since the 8th grade, essentially, in some form and fashion, and it's sort of easy to get into, hard to do sometimes, but easy to understand. So hopefully, if you've not had that person make that connection with you yet, maybe I can do that. Find out more things I got going on, particularly for this thing here. You can stop by one pretty website that will help you get to where you need to go. That pretty website happens to be betteryou52.com. It is really that simple, that easy, although sometimes it's not that simple or easy to have it up when you're ready to present it. So you can go to our website, which is right here. It looks like this. Couple buttons. We're not going to take that out. We're not going to edit this. We're going to just keep on going. Better Unit 52. This is for week 2 because it's a week behind being posted. So you'll see these posted. The videos are done over the weekend and posted to the website on Mondays. So as this pops up on a Monday, you'll see it at the website. Just go to simply betteryouin52.com, and nothing fancy, nothing all that pretty, just a simple presentation of this video and simple talking stuff. So reply back in comments on the websites if you are up to it, and if not, then just sort of take it on your own. This is not anything that's going to be worth any points. There's nothing being sold. Most times when you see these videos and someone's showing you how to be a better person, they're selling you something. In this case, we're not selling you anything. In other cases, we'll let you know. But for Better You in 52, this is a totally free and open platform for anyone who's just needs something to kind of focus on to be better. And this week, we're focusing on the thought process that you just need one person to essentially believe in you, one person to be there for you, one person to help you along the way, one person to be that guide to keep you going. It's sometimes it's hard. Often it's hard to be a person trying to focus on being a better person, improvement in either in your personal life or in your business world, or just trying to just not be so much of a antsy jerk sometimes, just when we were sitting around in public just riding the bus. It's so hard to do that because you feel like you're doing it all by yourself. When you're doing personal development, internal work, you're the one who has to do the work. It's hard to do if no one else is doing it around you. It's one thing to go to a yoga class that's full of people who are brand new to yoga and have them all go through the steps from the beginning to however they progress on. It's something totally different to join an advanced class as a novice and then have to catch up. And that's how most of us in life believe we are. We're stepping into some role that we weren't prepared for, that all of a sudden we're in that role and we have to make it happen. And no one's out there to help us along the way. No one really believes we can do it, but they put us out there to watch us flounder, which is where we're stuck in a lot of cases. I'm here to tell you that is not the case, but you need to have somebody kind of backing you up there. You need to find someone, and that might seem hard, but here are a couple things that'll help you kind of define the process of doing it and find a better chance of finding that support system. And I do mean system because it turns into a system at a point. First off, you have to stop worrying about the masses falling in love with you. You can't just come into a room, in a place, and believe that everyone's just going to kind of see you and then just sort of just fall in line in what you're going to say. You have to stop worrying about everyone being for you, because if every single person is for you, then you're not doing it right anyway. Opposition is how you actually show how you can get ahead. Some sort of resistance is how you get better and bigger, and you fight things, and you are able to show that you can get past stuff. If everything is coming easy to you because everyone wants to help you out, then you're probably in the wrong place, because you're not in a place where you're actually going to grow and show exactly how well your abilities are going to be taken on. Granted, if you're in a place where it's toxic and everybody's against you, you need to leave. But don't worry about everyone instantly falling in love with you, because you're going to have to work that magic piece by piece, person by person in most cases. So if you're looking for someone to champion you or champion in whatever you're doing, be there for you. Don't just think anyone out there at random is going to fall in love with you and do that, because that's the thing that you need to understand. The hard truth, hard part of this is that everyone is not going to fall in love with you instantly. And in mass, it's never going to happen. You just must find one single person that you can confide in, one single person that you can talk to, one single person that will listen. They don't have to necessarily understand, they just have to listen. They have to have your back in a way that be your sounding board. They can honestly disagree with everything that you're saying, but if they sit there and listen to you, even if they give back feedback that you may not like, that's what you're looking for. One person. Start with one. One person to confide with, and then you're going to move from there. And this seems like the toughest part, because you have to be careful on who you share your dreams and hopes and your life goals and your secret plans with, because some people don't want you to succeed. And it becomes fairly obvious once they find out that you have some sort of secret life goal or plan, that they'll try to do the best to make you feel like you're insane for having it and make sure it doesn't work. Some people have a similar idea and want their idea to work and not yours. So they may sabotage you to make themselves look better, or they may use you and pretend to help you gain in your actions, but are actually using you to gain in their own. And there are people who just aren't going to get it, which is the sad thing. Sometimes the people you really want to be in your corner aren't the ones that can actually be in your corner at the beginning, because they just don't see it. You have to prove to them a little bit extra that it's going to happen. Think about a child who decides they don't want to take the college fund that their parents saved up their lives for and go to college at all. It's not they want them to be a doctor and they want to go and be like a general studies person, just show up and kind of be there. They want to go off and roam the earth and be a yoga instructor in the Philippines. I'm not sure why Philippines popped up. That's just the first place it popped up. They don't want any formal education. They just want to go be a YouTube influencer or something like that. Now, granted, people can survive fairly well just being nomadic and doing yoga instructing around the world. It happens. And people can actually make lots and lots of money by going on social media and just doing silly, silly things. It can happen. The problem is, it's not quite as easy as the influencers and the yoga instructors want you to see it as when they're doing it. It's lots of hard work. So oftentimes the people that you want to support you in those crazy dreams need a little extra help in that. That's why you have to find someone you can confide in, maybe not even agree with, but there's someone who will actually listen to you and kind of watch you grow, even if they're not so sure what's going on. The people who are trying to negate that, they probably do love you, but you're gonna have to convince them that the ideal life that they hoped you were going to choose is, even if you're not going to choose it, is worth the sacrifice of the not so ideal life they thought you would choose, but that you actually find as an ideal. That's kind of the weirdness of it. Is going on a tangent means doing something other people think isn't safe, but it might be the right thing for you. So once you find that one person, more people will join in, which is the real secret of it. You start with one and it spreads. One person will bring someone else in, and then another person will bring someone else in, and other people see other people in there, and it grows. That's how trends go. That's how fashion works. Everything's a dumb idea until it works, and everybody believes it's the greatest idea in the world. It's how it is. The iPhone itself was a pretty dumb idea. It was a departure from how the growth of mobile computing and cell phones was going. Cell phones had set up, it was basically working off a BlackBerry model with every single product, every single company having their own sort of BlackBerry ish moment, building off that thought process. The iPhone came in and took away the keyboard, put the actual internet on your phone. Didn't do it very well, but it did. And of course, it was a horrible phone. They are still pretty much horrible phones. But the thought process of all programs running in apps, all programs running on a software platform that works inside of a phone, which is its own computer, not a phone that ran programs, and the standardization of the programs, even if there are still other folks out there doing their own things, was a thing. That was a horrible idea until it worked. Your idea will probably sound to many like a horrible idea until a few people look at it and say, hey, that's not so bad. I'll go for that. And then once people see other people believing in you and believing what you're doing, believing what's happening, then you're going to find that a lot more people will fall in line, including those people who loved you, who think that you really should have went to medical school and not decide to be a traveling yoga teacher. Once they realize that you're not living on the street, you're not fighting for scraps, and you're pretty happy, and other people are being made happy, and people are being able to support themselves with your work and your talents, they'll see it. Still don't have to like it, but they'll see it. It's just one of those things that you have to convince a few folks before other folks can be convinced. They're not following the logic you're giving them. They're following the idea that other people can follow that logic. Once they see other people believing in you, it's easier for them to believe in you. That's the unfortunate truth on that one. So for this week, remember, the whole point is to find one person to believe in you. One person, one person, one person that believes in you. You find that one person, and that's really all you need to get started. That one ride or die person who's going to be by your side, is going to listen to all of your practice. He's going to laugh at your jokes, which may or may not be funny. They're going to clap at your music that may or may not be pretty. They're going to listen to your speeches that may or may not be coherent, but they're going to be there. They're going to stick with you for that, and they're going to do what they can to help you stay motivated to do it, because that person believes in you. That person loves you. That person cares for you, or if any, or even in the lower parts, maybe they care more about the fact that the caring part's there. They want, people to care for them, so they have to care for you back. A lot of times your investment into people comes from people who have a hard time getting people to invest in them. The people who are your strongest and staunchest supporters are folks that went through a long period of time where no one believed in them. So if they see something in you, the slightest thing, and a reason to keep you going, they're going to do that. That's basically what we're looking at. Remember, stop worrying about the masses falling in love with you. It's not about the big group of people. You're not working to be Taylor Swift on your first performance at the bar. You're just working to get through that bar show and get to another bar show and grow on from there. The masses will not fall in love with you or your ideas or whatever it is that you're trying to do, because it doesn't work that way. It's not instant fame. It never is. You have to find one single person, just one, to confide in. Now, maybe it's a small group and you just happen to stumble upon your guys in some weird ways, but you're just looking for single interactions of people to talk to. You're not looking to share broad ideas yet. Those broad ideas probably aren't well defined yet, to be honest. So you're looking for single people, a single person in particular, to confide in, to tell these things, to work things out, to go back and forth, so that you know that it actually makes sense, it's coherent, and it's going to be something that you can eventually mass market to those masses. And finally, in trying to find a person believe in you, after that one single person starts to confide, you can confide in and talk to, and they will, stick by your side. More people will come once the first person's in. Someone's got to be the first person to put down that deposit for that prototype and make it work, and then show other people that, hey, it's there. Once one person tests it, other people will see how well it works and they'll join in as well. You will have plenty of the masses suddenly wanting to be a part of your life after a few big time people show up to show just how well you need the support. And big time doesn't mean that those people are necessarily famous. They're just the catalyst people that will bring in those masses, bring in those people, bring in the numbers, if you will. I think in a broadcasting sort of sense, because I've been doing broadcasting for long. So I think of it more or less as customers and advertisers. That advertisement you put on the radio, that first time someone hears it, it's just the first time. But after a couple of times, they hear it over and over again and it becomes something that they'll go try. And then if a couple of people go tries them and they work out well, then word of mouth and more advertisement and testimonials and things like that. It's the same general sense. Once that one person believes in you and shows the world, hey, this ain't so bad, more people will join in. Maybe not as fast as you want them to, but more people will join in. Once again, my name is Jay Cleveland Payne, and this has been the third week for Better You in 52. The original Better You in 52 program is something, it might have been, like a decade or so ago when we brought this up. And it was built as a community, a grouping of people to join in, gather in, and do a basically group coaching with ourselves. I wasn't the coach of the group. I was essentially the facilitator, basically just rented out the room and brought the coffee in and had some sort of idea to play with. And that's what we're doing here as well. There is no cost to this program. There will never be a cost to this program. And it's just a matter of bringing up ideas and having the time every week to put something out there to think about. So if you want to think about it, if you want to work on it, you want to talk about it, you want to chat with me about it, you have to go to my website for this, which is not, those are my notes. I'm not going to edit that out. BetterYouIn52.com. BetterYouIn52.com. We're going to let you see a better shot of that one. You will see that this website is just a very simple, very basic website. Once you click on one of the links for a week, it's going to take you into that week's work, and you will see simply the video and a chance to chat. It's that simple. Catch up with that. If we need to put more things on there, you let us know. You give us the details that we are missing, and we will make those details available for more people going forward. This is only week 3 of the presentation, so we are bound to get better in 52. We will get better at this within 52 weeks. But the whole point of the whole thing is to help you find a better way, and you get better within 52 weeks, this full year 2022, or particularly, as you said earlier, once you make the notion that you're going to do something to improve yourself, you've instantly gotten that much better. It's just then a matter of producing something to go forward. I'm Jay Cleveland Payne. Thank you so much for joining us on this project. If you do want to help support any of those projects I do for the More Better Media brand, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Jay Cleveland Payne, and you can contribute there. Other than that, Better You in 52 is a free program, totally free program. It's there for anyone who just needs a little bit of help. You want to contact me and chat on this thing? Email me at jclevelandpayne, that's the letter J, Cleveland like the city, Payne, at gmail.com, and we'll chat. Thank you so much for joining us for week 3. Week 4 coming up in about 7 days or so. That's how weeks work out. So make sure you're keeping up with us and find us on social media and do what you can to work to improve you and find that better you, whether it takes 52 weeks or 52 minutes. We want you to get on it. We'll be there for you the entire way.